And the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill number 8389 and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
Bill 8389, an act prohibiting political dynasties in national and local elective offices. Roll call of members in consideration on third reading of House Bill number 8389.
With 271 members voting in the affirmative, 16 in the negative, and 7 abstentions, House Bill number 8389 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Senior Deputy Speaker Ferdinand L. Hernandez to explain his vote.
Senior Deputy Speaker Hernandez is recognized.
Thank you, Speaker. I voted yes, and I will explain my vote. The Constitution has long spoken on this issue. Article 2, Section 26 of the 1987 Constitution commands the state to guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service, to prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. But the Constitution itself did not define what a political dynasty is. It left the difficult task to the wisdom of Congress, to the House of Representatives and the Senate, because the framers themselves understood that this was never going to be a simple issue. And rightly so, because in a democratic society, defining political dynasty requires a careful balancing act between competing democratic values. On one hand, we must respect the sovereign right of the people to choose their leaders. No law should casually take away from the voters the power to decide who they believe can best serve them. But on the other hand, we must also obey the command of the Constitution to reduce the excessive concentration of political power and to make public service more open, more competitive, more accessible to ordinary Filipinos. Reasonable people may disagree on what exactly constitutes a political dynasty. What may be considered excessive in one country may not necessarily apply the same way in another. Philippine political context is unique, historically, culturally, socially, and electorally. And no one has a monopoly on the correct definition. That is precisely why the Constitution entrusted Congress with the responsibility of crafting a workable, practical, democratic, acceptable definition under the Philippine conditions. Because constitutional governance is not merely about abstract theory. It is also about practical governance, about finding reforms that are actually capable of moving through democratic institutions and becoming real. For almost 40 years, however, the constitutional command remained unanswered. Administrations changed, Congresses came and went, election after election passed. Yet, no enabling law was enacted to seriously define and regulate political dynasties. For decades, the issue remained trapped between political hesitation, constitutional debate, and legislative paralysis. Today, finally, there is movement. And history must fairly acknowledge that this happened under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., under the leadership of Speaker Faustino D. III, the guidance of Majority Leader Ferdinand Alexander Sandro Marcos III, to the hard work, of course, of our Representative Sia Alonto Adjong, and also those who helped push this long-delayed institutional reform forward through the House Bill 8389. Because for many years, anti-political dynasty reform was often discussed during campaigns, speeches, and public forums. but rarely advance in a serious and practical way to the legislative process itself. Today, Congress has finally acted, not merely lip service, not empty rhetoric, not slogans repeated every election season. Action. And when leadership of the House said that reform measures would move, it actually delivered. This is the first time that this ever happened in the history of legislature. This measure may not satisfy everyone completely. There are valid criticisms. Some will say the bill is too narrow. Others will argue that the restriction should go farther, stronger and deeper. Fair points. But imperfect reform is still reform. And frankly, after decades of standing completely still, an imperfect step forward is still infinitely better than permanent paralysis. At the very least, the measure begins confronting the problem of excessive concentration of political power. It introduces institutional guardrails, recognizes that democracy works best when political competition is genuine, when leadership is renewable, and when governance is not perceived as permanently reserved for only a handful of families across generations. And importantly, this measure is not about attacking families. It is about protecting institutions. Because the stronger institutions become, the less dependent the country becomes on surnames, personalities, and entrenched political machinery. And this is where the issue becomes larger than politics itself. Because nation building is not merely about roads, bridges, infrastructure projects, budgets, or economic growth statistics. Nation building is also about building institutions strong enough to keep democracy open. Open enough that a young Filipino from outside established political circles can still aspire to the public office, not because of bloodline, but because of merit, competence, ideas, and genuine desire to serve the nation. The Anti-Political Dynasty Act will not magically solve corruption, poverty, or weak governance overnight. No single law can do that. But laws still matter. Because laws shape incentives, they shape political culture, and eventually, they help shape national direction. And perhaps this is the deeper value of this measure. It tells Filipinos that public office should remain open to them too. That republic still belongs to all citizens and not merely to a powerful few. That democracy must continuously create a space for new leaders, reformers, new ideas, new voices capable of helping shape the destiny of the nation. The Constitution demands action nearly 4 decades ago. At long last, the country is finally taking a step, debated, imperfect, unfinished perhaps, but finally, undeniably a step forward. And this is precisely why this institution reform deserves this support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize our distinguished colleague from the Lone District, Dinakad Islands, Representative Kaka J. Bagao, for her explanation.
Representative Kaka Bacao is recognized. Please proceed. You have 3 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker. Ako po ay bumoboto ng no sa House Bill A389 o ang Anti-Political Dynasty Act. Malinaw po ang mandato ng ating konstitusyon na dapat ipinagbawal ng Estado ang political dynasty alinsunod sa itatakda ng batas. Ngunit ang version na ito ay hindi ang uri ng political dynasty law na isinasaad at pinapangarap ng konstitusyon. Sa halip na bawagin ang konsentrasyon ng kapangyarihang pampolitika sa iilang pamilya, tila lalo pa nitong ginagawang katanggap-tanggap sa pamamagitan ng mga batas at limitadong pagbabawal. Sa loob ng maraming dekada, ipinakita na ng iba't ibang pag-aaral at sa aktwal na karanasan ang malinaw na ugnayan ng political dynasty sa kahirapan, mahinang pamamahala, korupsyon, at kawalan ng tunay na representasyon. Ang mga lugar na kontrolado ng iilang pamilya sa politika ay madalas ding mga lugar na nakakaranas ng pinakamalalalim na kahirapan at pinakamahinang demokratikong partisipasyon. Ang bersyon na ito ay hilaw. Ipinagbabawal lamang nito ang iilang sabayang posisyon sa loob ng limitadong political units. Ngunit pinapayagan pa rin ang mga pamilya na patuloy na magpalawak at magpanatili ng kanilang kapangyarihan sa iba't ibang antas ng political units. Tinatalakay nito ang forma, ngunit hindi ang tunay na diwa ng problema. Nagbibigay ito ng ilusyon ng reforma, ngunit hindi tunay na tinutugunan ang ugat ng political dynasty. Ang kailangan ng mamamayang Pilipino ay isang batas na tunay na magpapalawak ng demokratikong partisipasyon at magbubukas ng pamumuno sa ordinaryong mamamayan. Hindi isang mahinang batas na tila ni-regulate lamang kung paano muling aayusin ang mga political dynasty ang kanilang mga hanay. Dahil po dito, ako po ay bumuboto ng no. Dagang salamat ug maayong adlaw sa atong tanan.
Daghang salamat. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Percy Sendanya for his explanation.
Representative Percy Sindanya is recognized. Please proceed. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our mandate from the 1987 Constitution is very clear. Prohibit political dynasties. Unfortunately, the measure we approve fails big time to embody the true spirit and intent of this constitutional provision in question. It does not even come anywhere near the word prohibition. Earlier, our colleague said that this is an imperfect policy and that we'd rather have an imperfect policy rather than paralysis. To call this measure imperfect is a gross understatement. In fact, it is misleading. This policy, more than prohibit, actually enables political dynasties by redrawing the rules of the game with the same net effect, the prize of political power capture. Prohibit in Filipino, ipagbawal, pigilin, hadlangan. Pero sa pagpasa natin ng batas na ito, ano ba talagang pinagbabawal natin? 2 Cayetano sa Senado, 2 bilyar, ilang magnanay o magtatay na local officials? Hindi po ito sapat. We could have definitely done more. We missed a historic opportunity. Sinayang natin ang pagkakataon na nagkaroon tayo ng isang anti-political dynasty bill na nakarating hanggang 3rd reading at nagkaroon pa ng maraming public consultations. Sinayang natin ang pagkakataon na may overwhelming public support para sa anti-political dynasty legislation. Sinayang natin ang pagkakataon na maibalik ang tiwala ng taong bayan sa kanilang kongreso. Sigurado po ako, after today, we will see #paasa. Pinaasa natin ang taong bayan na kaya natin wakasan ang dekadang pangungopong sa kapangyarihan ng iilang apelyido lamang. Pinaasa natin ang taong bayan na pwede sila naman ang mamuno na ang kapangyarihan ay maaaring ibahagi sa normal na Pilipino. Na lahat tayo, anuman ang estado natin sa buhay, ay may pantay na oportunidad na maglingkod sa ating bayan. Gaya ng sa isang totoong demokrasya. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I cannot in good conscience support this bill. Akbayan votes a vehement no.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from the Lone District of Navotas City, Representative Tobias Toby M. Chanco.
Representative Toby Tiangco is recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues. Mula pa sa simula, ay malinaw ko nang inihayag ang aking pag-alinlangan sa bersyon na ito ng Anti-Political Dynasty Bill. Gayunpaman, ipinasya ng Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms na ito ang magiging pinal na bersyong inihain sa plenaryo. Nais ko nang linawin na hindi ako miyembro ng nasabing committee. Sa bersyong ito, lahat ng halal na posisyon ay bawal ng sabayan ang magkakamag-anak hanggang sa ikalawang antas ng pagkakadugo at pagkakahinatnan o tinatawag na second degree of consanguinity and affinity. Maliban sa mga magkakamag-anak dito sa House of Representatives. Dahil dito, mananatiling pinapayagan ang mag-asawa, mag-ama, mag-ina, magkapatid, at maging magkalolo't apo na sabay maging congressman, isa sa distrito, isa sa party list. Malinaw na sa anumang batas na ipapasa ng Kamara ay hindi dapat makinabang ang sariling mga miyembro nito. Kaya nga noong panahon ng interpelasyon, iminungkahi kong isang congressman na lamang bawat pamilya sa buong House of Representatives. Ngunit hindi ito tinanggap ng komite. Ang naging resulta, lumilitaw na ang mga miyembro ng Kamara ang siyang exempted sa panukalang batas na ito. Ngayon, nasa puntong dapat ng pagbotohan ang bersyon na ito. Yes o no? At sa kabila ng aking pag-aalinlangan, pinili kong bumoto ng yes. Batid kong may mga grupong nagsasabing masyadong maluwag ang mga probisyon ng House Bill 8389. Ngunit paano pa po natin itong hihigpitan ang batas na ito para sa ibang posisyon kung ang Kamara mismo ay hindi mababawasan? Bago tayo maghigpit sa iba, dapat munang baguhin ang probisyon para sa mga miyembro ng House of Representatives. Kaya't muli akong naghahain ng kahilingan sa mga magiging miyembro ng Bicameral Conference Committee. Amyendahan ang probisyong ito upang maging isa lamang bawat pamilya sa buong House of Representatives. Hindi maaaring sabay sa distrito at party list. Isa lamang. Mahalaga ito upang ipakitang pantay-pantay ang batas na ito at hindi nakaligtas dito ang mga miyembro ng House of Representatives. Inisip ko ring bumoto ng no sapagkat hindi ako kontento sa lahat ng nilalaman ng batas. Ngunit ipinasya kong mas mabuting bumoto ng yes upang masimulan ang reformang ito kaysa hindi aprubahan dahil lamang sa hindi tayo sang-ayon sa ilang probisyon nito. Ganito talaga ang katotohanan sa paggawa ng batas. Minsan, hindi nakakamit ng puro at buo ang isang advokasya. Halimbawa, kung magmungkahi ako ng batas na dapat alisin ang VAT, ngunit ang ipinasya ng komite at nakararaming kasamahan na hindi maaring 0 at dapat 6% lang. Ibig bang sabihin nito ay dapat akong bumoto ng do dahil ang mungkahi ko ay dapat 0? Hindi ba't mas mabuti pa rin ang 6% kaysa 12%? Ganon din dito. Mahina man ang ilang probisyon ng House Bill 8389, may tunay namang mababawas na mga miyembro ng political dynasty. Kapag pinatay natin ang panukalang ito dahil hindi tayo kontento sa tindi ng kabuuan nito, wala ni isang mang mababawas na miyembro ng political dynasty. Kaya sa kabila ng ilang pag-aalinlangan, mas pipiliin ko na matuloy ito at masimulan ang reforma. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List Kabataan, Representative Rene Luis M. Co.
Representative Rene Luis M. Co is recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, bumoboto ng no ang kinatawang ito sa House Bill number 8389. Mr. Speaker, hindi nga natin matawag na anti-political dynasty law ang panukalang batas na ito dahil hindi naman natunay na ipinagbabawal ang political dynasties. I reiterate, this bill does not prohibit but instead merely regulates the dynastic rule of a few families in our country's politics. Sa ilalim ng pinalabnaw na bersyong ito, pwedeng-pwede pa rin tumakbo ang mga magkakamag-anak at maupo sa iba't ibang posisyon sa iba't ibang antas ng gobyerno. Dahil binabaan ang pinagbabawal na political dynasty relationship mula 4th civil degree patungong 2nd civil degree at nilagyan pa nga ng mga kondisyon sa kung saang antas lamang ipinagbabawal ang dynastic relations, lulusot pa rin ang sumusunod na senaryo. 1. Magpipinsan na sabay-sabay tatakbo at hahawak ng magkakaibang posisyon sa loob ng iisang lugar. 2. Magkakapatid na sabay-sabay tatakbo at hahawak ng parehong posisyon sa magkakaibang lugar. O kaya ikatlo, sina lolo politiko, papa politiko, at kuya politiko na magkakasunod na tatakbo at hahawak ng parehong pwesto. Ayon sa Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, kalahati ng mga nakaupong party list reps sa Kongreso ngayon ay mula sa political dynasties at mga kinatawan pa lang ito ng party list. Paano pa kaya sa mga distrito? Paano pa kaya sa iba't ibang mga lalawigan, sa mga lungsod o bayan o sa iba't ibang barangay? Mr. Speaker, political dynasties were meant to be prohibited under the 1987 Philippine Constitution not because families are discouraged from partaking in public service. Rather, because rich and powerful families have long held on to their positions of power to begin with. Almost 40 years later, and where are we now? It is no wonder that the Philippine government is commonly described as sila-sila lang. Sa huli, Mr. Speaker, may mas malalim na ugat ang political dynasties. Ang burokratang kapitalismo o ang paggamit ng gobyerno bilang negosyo na huthutan ng pansariling kita. Kaya pinili ng ibang angkan na gawin na lamang family business ang ating pamahalaan. Burokrata kapitalismo ang sakit, habang political dynasties ang sintomas nito. Kaya naman, labas pa sa panukalang batas na ito, patuloy nakikilos ang kabataan para magamot ang sakit at tuluyang mawala ang sintomas. Muli, ang kinatawang ito ay bumoboto ng no sa pekeng anti-political dynasty bill na ito, alang-alang sa kabataang Pilipino na sawang-sawa na sa paghahari-harian ng iilan. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List Akbayan, Representative Jose Manuel Tadeo Shell Jokno.
Representative Jose Manuel Tadeo Chel Diokno is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Magandang hapon po sa atin lahat. On behalf of Akbayan Party List, I wish to register our firm, unwavering, and resounding vote of no to the ratification of House Bill number 8389. 38 years na po natin iniintay ang isang tunay na anti-political dynasty law. 38 years of waiting only to be given a piece of legislation that is more concerned with perpetuating political dynasties than ending them. Political dynasties are the ultimate form of concentration of political power. Ang tanong ko po, if House Bill 8389 is a genuine anti-political dynasty bill, bakit sa ilalim nitong panukala, pwede pa rin na sa isang pamilya may presidente, senador, congressperson, governor at mayor? Pwedeng-pwede pa rin umupo ang ama bilang governor, habang mayor ng isang lungsod ang panganay na anak at mayor naman ng karatig lungsod ang pangalawang anak. At kapag natapos na ang kanilang mga term limit, pwede pa rin silang magpasapasahan ng posisyon. To my distinguished colleagues, with all due respect, huwag na po tayo maglokohan. Ang nakasulat sa papel ay anti-dynasty, pero ang totoo, ito po ay isang pro-dynasty bill. If one family can hold positions across multiple levels of government, that is still concentration of power. Kung sila ang nakaupo sa taas, at sila pa rin ang nakaupo sa baba, pwede pa rin magkampihan, magtulungan at magprotektahan. Halos wala itong pinagkaiba sa nangyayari ngayon. Pwede pa rin magbaba ng kontrata at proyekto ang isang senador o congressman para sa kapatid niyang governor. Pwede pa rin gamitin ng isang governor ang Kapitolyo para harangin at ipitin ang kalaban ng anak niyang tumatakbong mayor. At pwede pa rin gamitin ng isang pangulo ang buong puwersa ng gobyerno para pagtakpan ang mga gawain na masama ng kanyang pinsan sa Kongreso. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, there is one other glaring infirmity in this bill. Gagawa na nga tayo ng isang anti-dynasty bill, hindi pa natin isinama ang party list. Sa panukalang ito, pwede pa rin maging district rep si Mr. habang si Mrs. naman ay nakaupo sa tabi niya bilang party list representative. Ang tanong, nasaan ang pagbabago dito? Hindi ko makita, Mr. Speaker. Ang mga nasa tuktok ng Tatsulok ay nananatiling nasa tuktok at tuloy pa rin ang kanilang ligaya. Dear colleagues, we cannot in conscience support a bill that goes against the spirit of our Constitution. Article 2, Section 26 clearly provides, the state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service and prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. Tungkulin natin buksan ang pinto ng serbisyo publiko at gawing patas para sa mga ordinaryong Pilipino. Pero sa panukalang ito, hindi natin winawakasan ang paghahari ng mga dinastiya, kung hindi ginawa pa natin legal at bahagi ng sistema. Ipaglaban naman natin ang ating bansa. Unahin naman natin ang interes ng bawat Pilipino, hindi lamang ang ilang pamilya. Let us reject this flawed legislation and pass an anti-dynasty law that truly, really, genuinely levels the playing field. Isang patas na Pilipinas para sa lahat ng Pilipino. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List ML, Representative Leila M. De Lima.
Representative Leila M. De Lima is recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, from the Mamamayang Liberal or ML party list, this representation votes no to House Bill number 8389 or the Anti-Political Dynasty Act. At the onset, allow me to acknowledge the good sponsor for accepting the amendments proposed by this representation. However, these changes do not fix the fundamental issue with HB 8389. It is not a true or genuine anti-dynasty law, but rather a dynasty legitimization act. First, the bill has no succession ban. A governor can be succeeded by a spouse, who can be succeeded by a child, who can be succeeded by a sibling, indefinitely, legally, under this bill. Second, the bill permits a governor, a mayor, and a representative from the same family governing the same province simultaneously, as it only prohibits relatives from holding office within the same level of government, not within the same territory. Third, the bill permits multiple congressional districts controlled by one family within the same province, 3 adjacent districts, 3 relatives, all voting for the same party line. Legal, exactly as it operates today. Nothing changes. Fourth, the bill neither covers party list representatives as protected positions nor references incumbents. Therefore, a senator's son or daughter can be nominated and serve as a party list representative, perfectly legal under this bill. Fifth, the bill limits the prohibition to relatives within the second degree of consanguinity or affinity, covering spouses, parents, children, and siblings. However, this second degree prohibition excludes broader kinship networks, such as grandparents, first cousins, uncles, aunts, nieces, and nephews, through which dynastic power is often exercised. Limiting this prohibition to only the second degree narrows the reach of the law and allows extended family networks, which remain close-knit in Philippine culture, to continue operating within the same political sphere. Sixth, the bill does not address, hence permits substitution, caretaker designation, and every indirect route to office. The prohibition under this bill covers only direct candidacy, not the back doors. Mr. Speaker, the Filipino people have been waiting for this law since 1987. 39 na taon. We can do better than this. We can pass a law worthy of the wait. A law the framers of the 1987 Constitution would recognize as the fulfillment of their mandate, not a betrayal of it. I vote no to HB 8389, not because I oppose anti-dynasty legislation. I vote no precisely because I support it, and I refuse to support a law that effectively institutionalizes political dynasties. The Filipino people deserve better. The Constitution demands better. We can do better. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List Gabriela Women's Party, Representative Sarah Jane I. Ilago.
Representative Sarah Jane Ilago is recognized. Please proceed.
This representation is vehemently voting no to House Bill number 8389, or an act prohibiting political dynasties in national and local elective offices. The prohibition against political dynasties is constitutionally mandated under Section 26, Article 2 of the Philippine Constitution. However, the power to define this has been vested in Congress. In the 20th Congress, this representation filed House Bill number 4784 to define and prohibit political dynasties in the Philippines. Under this House Bill, no person shall run or hold any elective, national, or local office simultaneously with their relative within the fourth degree of consanguinity or affinity, nor can they run or immediately succeed to the elective position of a relative within the same degree of relationship. Through this proposal, Gabriela Women's Party believes that equal opportunities will be open to people who are just as qualified to run and serve public office. However, the current version of the Anti-Political Dynasty Bill now, or House Bill number 8389, is but a watered-down version to prohibit political dynasties in the Philippines. Instead of restricting the concentration of political power of one family, it legitimizes the practice by allowing relatives of up to second degree to hold one office per political unit in the national, legislative, provincial, municipal, city, and barangay levels. This means that one family can hold 5 different elected positions at the same time. Although in different political units, House Bill number 8389 allows one family to have influence in each level of elective government, weakening the checks and balances in government and allowing the promotion or bias to the interest of the ruling family and those who support them. Matagal nang sinusulong ng makabayan mula pa noong taong 2001, noong unang nagpasa at naghain ng panukalang batas ang bayan muna para sa prohibition ng political dynasties. Kaya naman ngayong 25 years na mula noong unang naipanukala ang batas na ito laban sa pagtatatag ng political dynasty sa Pilipinas at sa 39 years na matagal nang hinihintay ito ng taong bayan, kailangan natin maging masusi at mapanuri upang masigurado na ang esensya ng pagbabawal sa political dynasties ay nasa batas na magbabawal dito. Kaya nga naman, bumuboto ng no ang kinatawan na ito sa House Bill number 8389. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, from the 2nd District of Caloocan City, I move to recognize Representative Edgar R. Erice.
Representative Edgar R. Erice is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Distinguished as I regard you, my dear colleagues. But today, pasensya na po. Kahapon po, kinantahan kayo kay Kuli Desma, kahit sintunado ang boses ko. Ngayon naman, gusto ko kantahan kayo kay Shasha Padilla naman. Mambobola, boladas mo'y tigilan na. Mambobola, pagkat kami sawang-sawa na. Bola, palusot at peke ang panukalang batas na ito. Hindi ko kayang tawagin itong isang anti-political dynasty bill sapagkat ito ay lumalabag sa Article 2, Section 26 ng ating konstitusyon mismo. Ito ay paglapastangan at pagbaluktot sa tunay na diwa at layunin ng saligang batas. Palusot ito sa konstitusyon. Palusot ito sa panawagan ng mamamayan. Kawawang mga Pilipino, ninanakawan pa na itinuturing pa na mga mangmang at walang kakayahang umunawa sa ating mga ginagawang batas. Katanggap-tanggap ba sa kanila ang isang batas na anti-political dynasty pero 10 miyembro ng pamilya pwedeng manungkulan ng sabay-sabay na sunod-sunod pa? Asawa, anak, kapatid, apo, ito ay hindi na paglilingkod sa bayan. Ito ay kasakiman sa kapangyarihan. Tunay na ayaw nating magbigay ng pagkakataon sa mga ordinaryo nating kapwa Pilipino na may kakayahan at galing din naman. Baka sabihin ng mamamayan, saan ba tayo kumukuha ng tapang ng muka upang naisin nating pamilya na lang natin ang nasa kapangyarihan at gawing laruan ang mamamayan sa pamamagitan ng patronage politics. Sa halip na bigyan ng tamang pamantayan sa pagpili ng mamumuno sa bayan, salapi, panggigipit, at pananakot ang nagiging pamamaraan ng marami. Peke, palusot, budol, bola ang panukalang ito. Hindi ito lulusot sa Bicameral Conference Committee. Mabubulok lamang ito doon sapagkat ang bersyon ng Senado ay tunay. 2 lang kada pamilya, isa sa national position at isa sa local position. Ang atin ay peke. Paano magkakasundo? Kaya ano mangyayari? Ito ay isang pagkukunwari sapagkat ito ay ma-archive lang sa Bicameral Conference Committee. Reforma? Wala naman. At ang mas masahol pa, sa kasalukuyan, 2-3, legal na, pwede na rin 10. It will promote political dynasties rather than prohibit it. Ipinangako ang reformang ito ni Pangulong Marcos. Ipinangako niya sa mga nagrarally sa EDSA nung galit na galit ang mga mamamayan sa corruption, sa budget, at sa infrastructure. Ipinangako niya ito sa simbahan. Pinako niya sa mga galit na mamamayang Pilipino. Ngunit ang peking batas na ito ay patunay na hindi seryoso ang Pangulo. At ang pangako niya ay walang halaga, bola-bola lamang. Mr. Speaker, I vote no. No to this fake reform. No to this deception. And I strongly condemn this House for passing a bill whose purpose is not to dismantle political dynasties, but to pull the Filipino people into believing it has done so. The Filipino people deserve a genuine reform, not a legislative hoax disguised as a constitutional compliance. Salamat po.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List Akbayan, Representative Dada Kiram Ismula to explain her vote.
Representative Dada Kiram Esmula is recognized. Please proceed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, I rise today to explain my no vote on House Bill number 8389. Noong mga nakaraang buwan, bumalik ako sa aming komunidad, sa aming ancestral domain. I spoke with young, brilliant Moros, indigenous women, and fisher folk who have the wisdom, the sincerity, and the passion to take part in leading our country. Lalo na ngayon, nasa gitna tayo ng economic crisis. Who can best address ang mga issues ng sikmura kung hindi din ang mga manggagawa, mga taxpayers, at mga producers na nagpapatakbo ng ating ekonomiya? In a genuine democracy, ordinary people should be in spaces of power, taking charge of matters that affect their lives. Unfortunately, in our political situation, this is an exception rather than a norm. In the 1987 Constitution, gave us a mandate 39 years ago to prohibit political dynasties. Ngunit ang House Bill 8389 does not prohibit. Hindi ito balance or compromise. Bill, pero institutionalized loophole. Ginawang opisyal lang at tinago sa bato ang mga loophole na ine-enjoy na ng mga political dynasties. We voted no dahil sa bersyong ito. Pwedeng-pwede pa ring mag-dominate ang mga political dynasties sa party list system. Malinaw sa saligang batas na para sa underrepresented at marginalized dapat ito, katulad ng mga magsasaka, mangingisda, kababaihan at mga katutubo na kagaya ko, at iba pang mga sektor. Last time I checked, the Constitution, hindi marginalize ang political clans. We voted no dahil sa version na ito. Ang isang political dynasty ay pwedeng-pwede pa ring mag-nationwide tour na para bang girl group. Ibig sabihin, kahit pinagbabawal ang magkapamilya na magsilbi sa isang termino sa Senado, pinapayagan pa rin ng bill na ang pamilya X ay nasa Senado ang mama, district rep si papa, governor ang anak, at city mayor naman si apo. Sayang ang pagkakataon na ipasasana ang panukalang batas na magko-comply sa tunay na demand ng saligang batas. Bumoto kami ng no, ngunit umaasa kami na maiayos pa ito pagdating sa BICAM para matapos na ang paghahari ng mga mega dynasties at korupsyon sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat. Shukran.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from the 1st District of Albay to explain her vote, Representative Shelo Crisel Lagman.
Representative Shelo Crisel Lagman is recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am staunchly opposed to traditional political dynasties as they are anti-democratic, non-inclusive or exclusive, disempowering Filipinos who are committed and dedicated to selfless public service but who lack the necessary political machinery and financial resources to get elected to public office. Significantly, studies show that regions controlled by political dynasties are among the poorest in the country. Political dynasties engender and perpetuate poverty and inequality, even as they mock democracy. It is undeniable that political dynasties are entrenched by the vicious cyclical relationship between poverty and political patronage that prevents the development of critical thinking, pivotal to a responsible and judicious choice of public servants. Political dynasties hinder economic development primarily because they monopolize businesses. Nonetheless, it will be useful to make a distinction between typical political dynasties and some political families genuinely committed to social justice, human rights, and human development. I vote no to House Bill 8389, or the proposed Anti-Political Dynasty Act. The measure does not seek to prohibit political dynasties in national and local elective offices. On the contrary, it would institutionalize and legitimize political dynasties and all their condemnable deleterious consequences. House Bill 8389 declares to prohibit A. Spouses or relatives within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity simultaneously holding any national elective position. B. Spouses or relatives within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity simultaneously holding membership in the House of Representatives within the same legislative district. C. Spouses or relatives within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity simultaneously holding any elective office within the same provincial government. And D. Spouses or relatives within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity simultaneously holding any elective office within the same city or municipal government. Ang tanong, ano-ano ang hindi ipinagbabawal sa ilalim ng panukalang batas na laban umano sa political dynasties? House Bill 8389 limits prohibition to those within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity. Sa ilalim ng House Bill 8389, maaaring maupo sa kahit anong pwesto ng sabay ang mga magpinsan, magtito, magtita at lahat ng lampas sa second degree ang relasyon. Ang ipinagbabawal lang ay ang pag-upo sa pwesto ng sabay ng magkamag-anak at hanggang sa second degree lamang sa pamahalaan ng probinsya, lungsod o munisipyo. Paano ngayon natin masasabing tunay na anti-political dynasty ang House Bill 8389? Let me reiterate, I am unequivocally against political dynasties. I fully support the enactment into law of a bill genuinely prohibiting political dynasties. Lamentably, House Bill 8389 is not this bill. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize from Party List ACT Teachers, Representative Antonio L. Tino to explain his vote.
Representative Antonio L. Tino is recognized. Please proceed.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. Bumoto ako ng no sa House Bill 8389 dahil sa pagiging hungkag at mapanlinlang nito sa tunay na layuning mandato ng konstitusyon upang ipagbawal at buwagin ang mga dinastiyang politikal sa bansa. Nagsisilbi lamang itong palamuti at hindi tunay na tumitibag sa monopolyo sa kapangyarihan ng iilang makapangyarihang pamilya na nag-ahari sa ating lipunan. Mali ang argumento na kailangang timbangin o ibalanse ang karapatan sa pagboto o right to suffrage at yung kaakibat daw na right to be elected laban sa pagbabawal sa mga dinastiya. Walang anumang kontradiksyon sa pagitan ng pagbabawal sa mga dinastiya at sa right to suffrage. Sa katunayan, ganap na consistent ang pagbabawal na ito sa pagtataguyod ng demokratikong proseso. Pinoprotektahan at pinalalawak ng pagbuwag sa mga dinastiya ang karapatan sa pagboto at kaakibat na karapatang tumakbo sa pwesto sa gobyerno ng nakararaming mamamayan na matagal nang ginigipit ng makinarya, yaman at pananakot ng mga may kapangyarihan. May hahalintulad ang usaping ito sa batayang prinsipyo ng tunay na reforma sa lupa. Nililimitahan ng Estado ang karapatan sa pag-aari ng ilan upang maipamahagi ang lupa sa mga magsasaka sa nakararami at matiyak ang katarungang panlipunan. Ganito rin ang lohika sa larangan ng politika. Kailangang limitahan ang karapatan ng ilang pamilyang tradisyonal na politiko na naghahalin-lihinan sa pwesto upang bigyang daan ang tunay na partisipasyon at representasyon mula sa hanay ng ordinaryong mamamayan. Nabigo ang House Bill 8389 na gawin ito dahil sa dami ng mga butas na pabor sa mga dinastiya, gaya ng pagpapahintulot sa kanila na tumakbo at umupo sa ibang distrito, sa party list o antas ng gobyerno. Hindi kailangan ng mamamayan ng ganitong klaseng kompromiso na nagpapanatili lamang sa bulok na sistema ng paghahari ng iilan. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Before we continue, the chair would like to manifest that I was informed by the Secretariat of a correction in the result of the nominal voting on House Bill number 8389 that the body earlier approved. The correct results is as follows. Affirmative is 267 instead of 271. Negative is 20 instead of 16, and abstention remains at 7. In view thereof, let the records reflect the said result. Majority Leader.